Welcome to Excelling Kids and Families. I hope that you are doing very, very well. We are so excited to come your way one more time today, and this week in particular, we are so happy because it's Excelling Kids Fest. Yes, it's Excelling Kids Fest this Saturday, 4 p.m. UK time. 4 p.m. UK time, and oh my goodness, we are so looking forward to this event. It's an annual event that we do yearly, and this is the third year. This is the third year running, so it's going to be awesome. The engagement, the number of children that are going to participate, taking part in Excelling Kids Fest 2021. It's really awesome, and we are so happy. We are so excited. They're going to do a lot of different performances to show the talent and abilities, that the skills that God has given to them, and also to encourage all the children worldwide that will be watching them, that they too have something special in the inside of them, and they can also do it. So please mark the date in your diaries, in your calendar, that this Saturday, don't miss it, 4 p.m. A lot of people have been asking me, okay, so how long is the program going to be? And I'm like, well, be prepared, because we're doing it online, and our children and families hopefully will be at home. They can relax, they can chillax, as my kids love to say it. And so, rushing through, we don't want to rush all the children. We want them to take their time. We want them to bless us and, bless all the people that will be watching. So please do budget some time, anytime between, 2 to 3 hours will be very, very helpful. Our children have been preparing very, very hard. So we want to be here to support them. Thank you all so much. I've received so many comments, so many likes, so many messages encouraging us, and that is very, very encouraging. So Excelling Kids Fest 2021, it is coming up very, very soon this weekend, and we are very, very excited. So please tell a friend, tell a family member, let them also tell a friend and tell a family member, and together we are raising an excellent generation. Together we are raising an excellent generation. Tonight our lesson is a very special one, very important topic for our beloved kids and teens, because as we all know, moods are a key thing. Yes, mood is a key thing. It's part of life. And therefore, like everything else, as we are preparing our children, for life, it's important that we talk about mood. It's important that we educate them. We give them the tools that they can use to help, themselves, to make it so much easier. Tools that we never had growing up. We don't want to hold this knowledge back. Now that we have it, we want to share with our beloved kids. So please make sure that you gather them around here on your screen as you are watching me. You can sit around with you and we can learn together, including even us as adults. There's so many things that we might have missed growing up that are still very helpful knowledge to have, that we can use to make some changes. Let the lesson be a point that can start a conversation in the house to get your young people talking, to start talking to you and expressing themselves and asking questions. And that alone in itself is a very valuable, experience that we can offer, or we can also bring to the table as Excelling Kids and Families Club. our page as we bring this lesson to you every Monday between 7 to 7:30. We normally start, and yeah, for just 20 to 30 minutes we are here and educating our beloved young people. So without wasting too much time, we are going to go into our lesson today. As I said, be prepared. It's a very interesting topic, and as you can see on on my side, I've got two young people there, and many times, unfortunately, that is how most of them feel. That is how most of them feel. Many a times they feel like they are not being heard. They feel like there's this feeling within them that they can't describe it, and again, it can be something that can steal away their joy and their happiness. And tonight we are focusing on mood, and our topic is how do you stay in a positive mood? How do you stay in a positive mood? And the best way to do that is to know what the mood is, and to also notice how it works. And once you know the two, then you can nail it. Then you will know how to manage it effectively, how to make sure that it doesn't affect you too much, that you are in control of your mood, not the other way around, not your mood being in control of you. So before we start, I'll ask a few questions like, can you control your mood? Can you control your mood at this present time? Do you feel like you are able to control your mood? Have a think about that question. You don't need to voice out the answer, but think about that in yourself, that can I control my mood? Do I often feel in control of my mood, or do I feel that my mood is in control of me most of the time? Ask yourself that. Now, sometimes too, you might not even know, the mood that you are in. You might not even be sure what is going on with you. Again, that does happen sometimes. And tonight we will be talking about that as well. So first of all, what is mood? What is mood? I'm sure that many of you have heard that before. Somebody probably said to you, oh, don't be so moody, or this person is very, very moody. And so what is mood? It is a temporary state of mind or feeling. According to the dictionary, it is a temporary state of mind or feeling. So it's about how you are feeling right now. It's about how you are feeling with yourself right now. So it's not like the long-term feeling, but at that point in time, what it is that you are feeling. And one thing to note about mood is that it changes rapidly. It changes rapidly, and so we are taught to be very careful when it comes to making decisions in the times that we are feeling a bit moody, especially when we are feeling negative. We are feeling bad, in a bad state or in a bad mood. We have to be careful not to make a permanent decision or a decision that will affect us permanently, because the way we are feeling might be only temporarily. So we have to be very, very careful in that sense. So some of the examples of positive mood or good mood, obviously, is the feeling of happiness, the feeling of upbeat, excitement, feeling cheerful, peaceful, feeling like in harmony. And there are reasons for that. Like myself, this week I am very, very excited, too overexcited that I'm struggling to sleep, because every night I'm like, how many more sleeps left? And sometimes I question whether it is me that should be excited or the kids, but I'm sure we are all equally excited about Excelling Kids Fest coming up this Saturday, 4 p.m. So yeah, feeling like cheerful, feeling cool, feeling satisfied. Those are positive moods that we want to be in. Everybody wants to be in that mood. And I will post this one. Yeah, so that kind of feeling, you can see that these young people are feeling very happy. Thumbs up, yo man. That kind of upbeat, playful mood. Whereas the opposite, the bad feeling, you all know, as we had in the slide earlier, feeling of distress, rejected, scared, unhappy, unpleasant feeling, feeling annoyed, anger, is part of it. So there's, so many lists, and many times when I see the list of, that describe the words that describe mood, feeling, weirdly, a lot of the time there are more words describing the negative mood than the positive mood. I don't know what that really means, but it sounds like, we are more prone to feeling negative as humans than positive. So that is something that we need to look out for and make the conscious effort, like today, to find out how we can stay in a positive mood, So as we said, it's important to know the mood that you are in, what you are feeling presently. It's important to know. Now, I take it that sometimes you might not know it, which is fine, but the next level or the next step of noticing your mood is about going a step further to analyze it. And this is where, when you don't know there and then what you are feeling, the analyzing, or the next step that we're about to talk about, can help you. So we say that analyze your feeling, analyze your mood. And how do you do that? How do you analyze your feeling? And this process, a simple notebook and pen comes very, very handy. A simple notebook and pen comes very handy, and is about writing down how you are feeling in words, not in so much details, but in words, and the timing, and also what you are thinking like could have caused this thing. And as you begin to write them down and think about them, not in a hopeless, way, but in a way that you are in the process of solving it, or in the process of helping yourself to manage it better. So as you write it down every day, or every time that you're having that feeling, it won't be long. You'll begin to see it much more clearer. You begin to see, sometimes there might be a pattern. You might get, to notice that, actually, it's every time, I wake up from bed, or it's every time it's night time and I haven't, finished my homework, or every time my mom says this particular, statement. So once you pin it down, then you can nail it, as we said, in our title here, or description below, your mood, know it, notice it, and nail it. It's only when you can see through something, you can understand what is going on, that is when you can deal with the situation. So analyzing your mood is very, very important and can really, really help you. Now, it's also important to acknowledge that, there are certain things that causes us to be moody that we don't have control over, and it's so important that we know these things. And it's basic things that you're probably aware, but tonight is good that we bring your mind to it. So for example, is the weather. Right now where I am, the weather is so down, very cloudy. You don't know whether it's dark or is bright. It's just a mixture. So if I was to focus on the weather, I would look very depressed right now. So the weather is outside of my control, and so I have to make sure that it doesn't control the way that I am feeling. Sometimes, yes, we might feel very, very cold, and I do feel it, especially as an African, with an African background and migrating to Europe, and during the winter season, it can be very, very cold, and I see a lot of people, grinding their teeth, and it's just normal, and probably you haven't observed, but it's something that you can maybe begin to observe, that in the summertime there are a lot of smiling faces around, but in the winter a lot of people carry themselves with their head down, feeling very, very sad, and feel like the weather is controlling them. But we shouldn't allow the weather to control us. We have to think of ways that we can manage our moods. We can probably play, if we can't play outdoors because it's raining, then maybe we can find games that we can play indoors that could easily cheer us up, make us happy. If we get our mood, we get into a bad mood because it's cold, then maybe we need to put on a bit more layers when we are home or going outside, so that we keep ourselves warm. And the second thing that also very, very important for us, or for you as young children, many times people ask, why are teens so moody? Why are children going through puberty so moody? And the second point that is outside of your control is your hormones. And scientists or doctors makes us aware that these hormones are very, very high at the adolescent age, between the age of 11 all the way through to the teenage age. And these are the chemicals, very, very useful chemicals within our body. And we need that chemicals to help us in terms of our appetite, in terms of our sleep and our growth. And you know that as a young child, growth is very, very important. You are going through a phase and a process where you grow very rapidly. Now, I'm sure that most of you, after the lockdown, when you saw family members who had not seen you for a long time, most of them were shocked at how much you have grown within a short space of time. And that is the hormones at work, helping you to grow to become the big man, the big woman that God has created you to be. So they are very important. However, sometimes they can cause young people to feel moody. They can cause young people to feel distressed. And because you can't control it, what we are saying in this lesson that is become aware of it, and not dwell on it so much, because but when you dwell on it so much, it's only going to depress you the more. But however, if it's too it's the effect of your hormones is making you extremely moody, then by all means speak to your parents. Maybe before you were not aware what is causing that. Again, is something that your parents can take you to the doctors to check it out for you, and to help you to find ways that they can also, in terms of the hospitals or the GP, can help to give you advice on how to manage that. But it's important to be aware of that. Now, the third one, the things that we need to be aware of that can affect our moods and is outside of our control. The third one is things sometimes happens to us. We didn't call for them, but they happen. We didn't call for them, but they happen. And classic example of that is sometimes we might fall sick ourselves. It's not something we did deliberately. Maybe we did something that we were not aware of that has caused us to be sick, but all we know is suddenly we are sick. Or it can be somebody in our family has fallen sick, a friend has relocated. It's not your fault that your friend's parents decided to relocate them. It will affect your feeling, we know that, but do not let that mood linger around you for so long. Find a way to think about how you can change that mood, and we're going to go into how you can manage your mood, or how you can stay in positive mood, the most important part of this lesson. Now, there are three key things that I have learned about that has helped me so much, and these three key things, I believe that if you can get this at your age, will definitely help you a lot. So please, if you have just joined us, make sure that you go back and get your children, parents, to please watch this over again. It's going to really help them. So the three key things that I've learned, and it's about I know that most people that listen to me probably by now are aware how much I talk about thinking, and the thoughts that we have is so important. So the three key things, like what we think affects how we feel. So our thinking affects our feelings, and our feelings affect our actions. I've said this over and over again, but it's definitely worth repeating. And I've got a diagram here that is very useful. So take a picture of it, or put that picture of it in your mind to always remind you. That's why I've got this visual aids here, so that it will help you to record this lesson much better. So what you are thinking affects, how you feel, and how you feel affects your actions most of the time. Unless you have very good control over your feelings and your thinking, then they will not affect your actions. But it means that you have changed those things, the two things, the thinking and the feeling, in order to do something more positively. So the idea of this is that if you are feeling moody, then check what you are thinking. And as I was preparing for this lesson, I remembered this song that we sing a lot at church, and it's so true that many times, those of us that go to church often, this is a very popular song, and it goes like, count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Now, that song, for me, I don't know about most people, but for me, every time I hear that song at church, no matter what mood I am in, especially when I'm not in a high mood or in a good mood, that song reminds me of the blessings in my life. And when I change my thinking from whatever it was, sometimes I don't even know what I'm thinking, and then the song comes in, then I put my mind on the song, the words in the song, to count my blessings, and it begins to make me really count my blessings. And the moment I start counting my blessings, I get into the mood of dancing, rejoicing. And once I get into the dancing and rejoicing, guess what? I am feeling much better. Have you seen somebody who is dancing and looking depressed before? No, it doesn't happen. Normally, when people are dancing, they are, not in a funeral kind of dancing, but even that, sometimes you can see in their face that the dancing, it depends on what kind of dancing that they are doing, though. So the praises kind of dance, using the church as an example, lift up your mood. The song, the words in the song lifts up your mood, and you begin to feel grateful. And as you feel that grateful, your thinking is focused on all the good things that are in your life. So this is the simplest example that I can give about the way we think and how it affects our moods, how we are feeling, and how they affect what we are doing. And so this is a trick that you can also do for yourself. And I trick myself sometimes, or not sometimes, all the time, to stay in a positive mood. I trick myself many times. People say, oh, every time you come on air, you look very cheerful, you are happy, you are smiling. And I trick myself. Once I trick myself, guess what? The brain cannot tell the difference whether I am tricking myself or I am telling the truth. And I want to be in a positive mood, because one of the good things I've learned about staying in a positive mood is that you get better results. There's no way you're going to look depressed and do well. Even though you might do well, but you will do with a lot of struggle. Whereas if you are in a happy, upbeat mood, it takes things, you do things like in a cool way, so much easier. So if today you don't take anything away, please, my beloved young people, learn these 3 key things that you can actually begin to do something. And many times doing exercise is used as a classic example, that it improves your emotions, it improves your mood. And many times in the morning, I've waken up and I'm like, oh, I'm not really feeling it today. But the moment I pull myself through that exercise and I'm sweating and I'm, the positive mood starts rising up from within me. I start getting myself back into the mood that I want to be in. So one of the key things to do to stay in a positive mood is, when you know or you notice that you are slipping into a negative mood, find things to do that will bounce you back into a positive mood. It can be dancing, it can be singing, songs that are inspirational. It can be reading. Yes, I love reading. It can be reading. It can be playing, things that will help you bounce back into a positive feeling, and then a positive thinking. And also check your thinking. It might be something that you are dwelling on more. Sometimes something has happened, in the something has happened in the course of the day, and you are dwelling on it so much. You are thinking, oh, why did my friend do that to me? Why did they say that about me? And the more you think about what they did, the more you think about what they said, it starts getting bigger and bigger within you. Your anger, it's like you are fuming, even though the person is not standing in front of you, but the mere thought of the person and what they've done to you will put you in a negative mood. So why don't you switch your thoughts off onto something positive and find, somebody that has done you well? Yes, by all means, deal with the other person, in the right way, but don't let the thoughts of them and the thoughts about the things they've said or done continue to sound so loud in your ears. If you do that, it will affect your feeling and your actions. And your actions, sometimes it might not be doing, but your whole outlook. You cannot feel bad and not show it on your countenance or not show it on your face. You might try to hide it, but eventually we will begin to see that there is something disturbing you. So just make sure that you deal with the feeling within you, deal with the thinking within you, and the outlook will take care of itself. And by all means, do get help. I always tell my young people, that is why you are young. That is why we are adults in your lives, that God has placed us in your life to help you. So when you are struggling, never, even when you don't know what is happening to you, be frank with your parents and say, Mommy, I don't know what is happening with me, but I am feeling very, very bad. And they can help you. And parents listening to me, if they come to you and they don't know, and you don't know, then both of you need to go get help. Don't bury it. Don't give excuses. My parents, my fellow parents, there are experts out there. There are, professionals out there that can help us. So let us seek help early for our young people. Life doesn't have to be a struggle. It does not have to be a struggle at all. God has blessed us so much that in this age, so much research has been done. God has put so much wisdom in men. It's amazing how much knowledge is out there. So we don't have to struggle like before. We don't have to go through that, and our children certainly do not deserve to go through the struggles when knowledge is available, when help is available. So let us do well to get them help. So children and teenagers, the best way to get help is to ask. We are not mind readers. So if you don't ask for help, you will hardly get the help. So please do try and also make sure that you find help in the right place with the right person. And by doing that, you will get a good result. Now, there are other things that you can consider, or I will encourage you to consider, to manage your mood, to change from the negative mood to the positive mood, or to stay in positive mood. Your environment is so important and makes a big difference. Look around you where you are living, your room. Keep your room tidy. Keep your learning desk tidy. Keep your surroundings tidy. When you're walking around the house and there are food on the floor, as I always tell my kids, clean it up. Don't wait for mommy to come and clean it up. Don't wait for somebody else to come and clean it up. Tidy. Keep your environment tidy. It will help your mood. Trust me. Try it if you haven't tried it before. Number 2, control what you hear. Control what you hear. It's so important. The music that we listen to, what are the words in there? It will affect the way you feel. It will affect the way you are thinking. And as we said earlier, it will affect how you look, your outlook. It will affect the actions that you put out there. And also control what you see. So important. Control what you see. Many times humans, seeing is much more effective, in our lives. So we have to make sure that we are looking at things that are inspiring, things that are positive. You stay away from horror films and films that would only, increase your negative mood. Stay away from those films or those movies. Now, a sense of smell, can also affect the scent around us can also affect our mood. So make sure that you are in an environment that smells good. Get a perfume that you like, or get sometimes I've learned that there are pencils and rubbers that have been scented. Maybe if it's a good one that you like, have it around your desk. It will put you in a good mood to go and learn. And then also laugh. Every opportunity to laugh, go for it. It will help you. It is a good medicine. And as Christians, last but not the least, prayer can also put us in a very, very positive mood. And I have witnessed it, experienced it. I have a testimony about prayer, how prayer can put you in a positive mood. Sometimes when you are frustrated, you've been everywhere, you've tried everything, it's not working, you ask for help, divine help. As Christians, we know that we have a God in heaven, the God that created us. He loves us so much. He is willing to help us through this life. So prayer can also put you in a positive mood, knowing that you have asked and help is on the way can definitely put you in a good mood. And also practice all these things that you have learned, put them to use. There is no point in hearing them, good knowledge, good information, and not testing it out. At least test it out, so long as it's not going to harm you. Test it out for yourself and choose the one that works for you and discard the one that doesn't work for you. Even in the process of testing, you might find your own way. So today, this is where we're going to end our lesson. I hope that you have been blessed. And if you have, do well to share our lesson. Let others hear this key message. They and their families, their kids and their teenagers more especially, let them hear this message so that they can be a blessing. So that they can also be a blessing, and you can share with your friends what you have learned as well. So may the Lord help you, may the Lord keep you, protect you, and keep you in a positive mood as we have been talking about today. And God willing, this Saturday it is going down at Excelling Kids and Families page, Facebook and YouTube, live and colored. Join our amazing young people from all over the world. My God, we are so excited and so grateful. So look out for us, and we will be coming your way, God willing, this Saturday for this special program, Excelling Kids Fest 2021. May the Lord bless you wherever you are. Take care and have a good time, and stay in a positive mood. God bless you. God bless you. Yes, our George family, we can't wait. Thank you so much, our Patreon. God richly bless you and your beautiful family. Take care. Bye, everybody. We love you with the love of the Lord. Yes, it's a great lesson. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, our beloved kids, for your support and cheering us on all the time. God bless you. Bye.